Khan, and this is why Khan is the chief, yeah, is because I think he's on this rewriting history thing. Khan is not trying to Khan is not fighting again. Let's get that right. Khan is on the BBC, yeah, like wearing name brand clothes and doing slow motion VTs, fam.
Yo, look, I can do it like money made, glamorous ting. 12 round unanimous ting. Casual fans on the analyst ting. That ain't KG and Travis's ting. That's undefeated, undisputed like Lennox. Do it on points, jab your head off. Who tried to say that AJ fell off? Must have never had Nigerian jello.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of the Undefeated podcast.
Come on, fam. Listen, people, without further ado, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscription, turn on the notifications, fam. I don't want you to go another week without the notifications not being on. Respect the thing, fam. And I want to talk to the people in your cars right now. Listen, indicate. Indicate, fam. Indicate left, indicate right, and just keep on driving straight. That's all I want from you guys right now. Talk to them.
This is what I need from you right now.
Talk to them.
I need you to be driving in the middle lane on the motorway. And I want you to take your right hand, put your right hand out the window, and wave to the left side. Like you need them to go around. And as soon as they go around, speed up and get them the hell out of here.
Everything we said just now is really toxic.
Race! Listen, yeah, I'll tell you right now, one time I was driving, bro. And I've been doing heavy motorway back into London after a show, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm blowing man out, like I'm enjoying. So then I see this one, there's an Audi in front of me in the fast lane.
Yeah.
And the thing about Audis is that they all look like the same car.
Oh, but they're different.
You see what I'm saying? You can't really read it too tough.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what is it? No, that's what, I got it wrong. I'm behind him. So I'm in the fast lane, I pull up, I come up behind him. I pulled out to the left now. I've tried to take off. But normally, my takeoff in my whip is good enough, innit? I've put down, bro. When I tell you, Dolly was right there with me. I was thinking, it had me questioning whether or not I had done what I normally do, bro. So now I'm like, I'm looking at the speed. You know, when you look at the speed, it's like, bro, we're going fast still. And then man took away like he was in a plane, bro, and just took off, bro.
You know what's so mad?
Humbled.
G, I try every now and then because I get into these little moments where I pull up at the lights and I'm like, because you get the look over, innit? And I was like, all right, let me see. Is that like, what are you doing in that car, innit? And I'll play the game. I'm like, And then after, when the lights change, I just drive slow. Like, I don't give it that. Yeah. Because sometimes I don't. No. Because I'm like, I know it can go fast, innit? So like, there's like, it's cool. There's some cars that I just respect anyway, and I'm like, you know what? There's no point.
When I had my old Beamer, the sport mode, the takeoff on the sport mode, bro, shoot, I'm out of there. So I'd be hella cocky at the lights. Again, humbled by a Mini Cooper S, fam. The sport, you know, the sport Mini Cooper.
Okay.
Different takeoff speeds.
It's different.
But I'm sitting there like, right, because he's buzzed, man, behind me, hustling. Yeah. I'm thinking, let's cook then, brother.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sitting there cocky. He's sitting there with his girlfriend, and I'm just there on my own. So I'm like, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah.
Brother, the speed.
Bro, I got into a madness because I saw one of them. I thought it was a 500, fam. It weren't, bro. It was in a bar, fam. You know that? It looks like the 500. It's a whole different car. Bro, when that thing took off, I heard the sound. I said, what is in that, bro?
Yeah. Brother, you know the cars that you can't underestimate nowadays? It's them Teslas, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm looking at Teslas, I'm like, I don't really know what that's looking like for speed. Nah, brother, they're about it.
It's got insanity mode, fam. And any mode that's got that, you already know. Don't get involved, fam. That's not for you. That's a new conversation, bro. You see what we're talking about, yeah? This kind of wish I was just gonna take us into Conor, Benn, and how quick he got his knocked out, bruv. But we can't do that because we actually need to respect the thing and go and read the comments. But it would have that would have been a beautiful segue into getting the job done quickly. Do you know what I mean?
Get it done fast, bro.
You gotta get it done fast, bro. Conor speed. Let's go. But let's go and let's read these comments.
I got it. So Ash came to Amir Khan's defense once again, bro. He said, listen, Amir Khan's Olympic silver medal in 2004 is significantly responsible for where AJ is now. What a statement. He said they were going to stop funding for GB boxing due to the poor results until he got that medal. Khan has had a major impact on boxing in many ways. Despite his mishaps, he was the first UK fighter to achieve consistent success in the USA since Lennox.
Yeah, you know what?
So, can you put some respect on his name now, bro?
I put respect on his name in that episode that we did the last time, but I'm just saying. Remember, I can't even get into this now because I've had a lot of fights, bro. Can't you see? I got the Ebanie eye, fam.
The Ebony Bridge eye.
Yeah. No modeling at the moment, but I was out here, bro, swinging away, fam. The judging was
modeling.
No modeling, fam. But the
That's
judging
a funny
was crazy.
thing to say.
Hey guys, here we go off the canvas. Hey guys, love the show. Hashtag still looking for a new promoter.
Wait, oh my days, that's funny.
I fought on Anthony Yard and Tunde. I'm glad Tunde and Yard are still together. Yard didn't put a rubbish performance against Linden, but he needs to adopt new tactics. The best thing to include one more trainer similar to Dylan White and Miller and Anthony Joshua McCracken and Ruiz too. Keep up the great content. Much love. Big up yourself, man. We didn't see him today actually off the canvas.
Nah, fam. I hope he's all right, fam. Obviously, when you're looking for a new promoter, things get techie.
Nah. He needs to know, bro.
I might give him a free fight contract to see how that looks, man. Trevor X Promotions. You know what I mean? Perry Julian, he said, I love the podcast. You two guys make a lot of sense when it comes to boxing. It's a new take on the sport. Keep going, guys. Hey, big up, man. Enough respect.
You, man. I really appreciate that. There you go, Vibes FC, one of my moderators on my channel. Big him up still. Another great show from the best boxing channel on YouTube. Let's go, man. If we're getting flowers, we're getting flowers, bruv. Lions,
Basic Kid said, Trav is being strategical with his bet. He's talking about the EUBANK Junior bet, fam. When I said no one's keeping him down for 10.
Yeah,
he said,
that was nuts.
He goes, most of the refs don't even count to 10 anymore. They just wave it off instead of giving the whole 10 count. He goes, KG and Crawford about to be 1-1.
What's that?
KG Crawford about to be 1-1, fam.
No, but you need to look at, even today I got an announcement still. I've got an announcement. Let's get into it. Let's go, bro. Ask the question.
All right. What we get? You say we will get into?
Yeah, let's get into the pod. Let's go.
All right, cool. Let's run it. Let's go.
You gotta ask me what my tail of the tape is, though. Fam.
What's your tail of the tape, bro?
Gee, I'm 0-0, fam. Yeah,
0-0.
0-0, bro. Listen.
Wait, has the one been wiped?
Yeah, no, it's not wiped. But I said to myself, listen, when I get my 1 year, that's when I actually get in the ring and mix it up. You been in the ring, you got 2 fights. I ain't got no fights on my record, fam. Until that happens, I'm 0-0, fam. And I'm ready. Listen, as I said, I'm in shape. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. Yes, I know I'm doing a, what's that boy's name? The Arms Corleone. I'm doing the Arms Corleone. Like, I'm training without being in the ring. It's mad. But I'm talking that I needed to get down. I needed that fitness. I need that fitness first. Listen, ready to mix it up. That's all I'm saying. Ready to mix it up. I don't mind. I have to have at least one. I have to have at least one.
Are you on that let's talk more action vibe right now, fam?
What's that?
That's the energy I'm getting. That AJ, let's talk more action.
Yeah. I have to get one. At least one. And then I'll say, you know what? After that one fight, I'll let it go. Do you know what I mean? And I've done it.
So what I'm hearing is, if it has to be Carlos Takam, then let it be Carlos Takam. The way I'm pushing this narrative on you, fam.
So what I'm hearing right now is...
if it has to be Carlos Takam.
Wait. Travis said, you done a madness last time. You asked me how many rounds can I handle in Takam. I said, I can. And
you had the audacity to say about 2 or 3.
No, I said 2. I said, I'm going to run. I can stay away from him for at least a round.
Do you genuinely think you can stay away from him in the ring? Do you know how small that ring is going to feel once you're in there with him?
He's going to get me. Me.
If he fakes you left and you go right and he pounces on you,
he will get me. Actually, yeah.
Cutting the ring off, bro. Because
I'm saying to myself, if I can get the grapple, but he's gonna get me with a nasty hit with the grapple. You know when you grapple, but I mistimed the grappling.
When you get hit on the clinch, it's the worst, fam. You're so vulnerable. You're doing all this.
Cause I'm like, if I'm on that one, if I'm keeping him by, like,
Fam, you know how far down the ranks you'd have to go to find a fight that is not really super dangerous, like immediate danger, fam. Because I sparred with a couple of guys who were pros, but not with promoters or anything like that. So they're technically pros because they have a license, but they're not with anyone. Yeah. And this guy was like a lightweight, yeah. And I was what, 10.5 stone? Yeah. And he's lightweight, so there's a couple clocks. Anyway, bro, the speed that this man had, the power. I'll be honest, the power didn't bother me because we were body sparring. Yeah. Like the shots, but the speed, bro. I felt like a spectator while speed in the ring, fam. And I couldn't stop many things. Bro, so
I know
we were sparring. We did a lot of body sparring for like maybe 2 months. Towards the end of that 2 months, now I've started to land some shots. But in my head, I'm like, because we're body sparring, it's okay. But if these shots were in the face, I'm not lost him.
Bro, I got into the ring once, and I was like, again, similar situation to you. The guy had on like the stuff. He's like, "Do you want to wear it?" I was like, "No." I don't know. But remember, this is me. Like, this is me when I'm who I thought I was. Yeah.
Road.
Yeah, this is me.
Road experience.
I said, "No, you mad?" He goes, "All right, cool. You sure? Yeah. This is Herne Hill. You know where the that gym where the weights you couldn't even tell." Like
yeah. It's the cast iron weights.
Yeah, it looked like a Rocky gym. I'm telling you, like the rust was on the weights in it. Anyway, I'm in there, and he lets me start to throw my shots. I'm landing a few jabs. I'm enjoying. I throw another, like a few. I upset him with one. Yeah, so I throw again, and he does that, bruv. He pats it down. The punch.
Oh, that disrespect.
I said,
boom, moves your jab.
Boom, but my hand went down though. In a way that I didn't want it to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit. Then he goes, my turn. Fam. He cuts the distance real quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, see all of that.
And my boys are there, you know. The way he wins me, bro, I went straight to the ground. Like I just remember him. It's like I don't know if you watch Dragon Ball Z when they move in the air real quick, bro. It's like he done that final flash and he was here and he was, and then after he had the cheeks to tell me, yeah, you got a good jab, man. You should work on that. Like you,
showing you hella love in it.
Yeah. You did too much. Why did they say that?
It's because they tried. It's confidence, isn't it? But it's one of them sports that's like physical, but it's also mental. So confidence has to come. Yeah. So it's like the first time I went to a gym for like a proper training session was with my dad. Is friends with Duke McKenzie. Yeah. So literally was in this gym in Croydon, and fam, I must have been about 16, 17. And I remember the training was so intense, bro. Yeah. The next day I woke up like I had flu, bro. My body and everything was so
useless. Absolutely useless.
I felt ill. And I remember just thinking, why is this so hard? Like, it looks mad easy boxing, but you're hitting pads and my body is burning, bro. It's a mad day.
All right, let's go, man. Conor Benn. We spoke
Conor
about
Benn this weekend.
We spoke about him like heavy on Monday Night Smoke. People, if you didn't watch Monday Night Smoke, please go and listen to it. You'll go and see an amazing performance from myself, 3-0.
Whoa! You sound like EUBANK Jr. with them kind of deleted statements there, bro. What?
Listen,
you got stopped, bro. You got stopped.
I'll bet 10K on myself.
You got knocked out at one point, and I even threw in the towel. I had to get paper. I had to get paper and turn it into a towel for you, bro.
Is that what that was? Basic Kid. I didn't even know. I was like, bro, where do you get a white towel from? Basic Kid came in and said exactly what I was saying all night, bruv. And the crowd accepted it. And I just thought, this is what I'm saying. They don't like the person that's saying it, bruv. Base came with the same facts. As we ended it, Conor Benn put in a wicked performance against Vargas. I had questions with Conor Benn, like real questions. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I apologize. I messaged Nigel in the morning, I said, listen, I got it wrong. I was wrong. I ain't gonna doubt your son ever again. Khan don't want to pick up the phone. That's what I said. Do you know what I mean? Along with like other stuff, but again, that's the crux of what I said. So I have to keep that same energy, fam.
The consensus though is that, you know, Khan's done too much in his career for you to feel like he's ducking him just because he don't take a fight with a young bull on his way up. Do you know what I mean? And that's the part where people are just like, no one's necessarily saying Khan definitely beats Conor Benn.
No one.
But it's just one of those things where it's just like, come on, look at the legacy. He's earned the right to say no to this fight, and that's it.
I rate that, but I'm saying no one's saying. I'm waiting to meet the person that says that Khan's gonna do him. Khan's gonna chin him. Everyone's saying, why is Khan gonna destroy his legacy against this kid? He doesn't need to go out like that. Why do you want to see him?
I definitely think Conor Benn beats him.
There you go.
Yeah, I do. I think he also beats Kell Brook, and this is not because he's better than them in terms of the skills that they have in their head, but their bodies are not the bodies that, you know what I mean, they can rely on. So you look at all the ingredients, it's just all bad. It's like bad. Kell Brook, when he fought Terence Crawford, those first 2 rounds, it was posturing.
Yeah.
He could do that and look good. But the minute the speed turns up and the gears have to start climbing, you're gonna get him out of here.
Yeah, because it's about activity. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to. If you know that the last time you was out here was against Billy Dib, and then the fight before that's Terence Crawford, you don't want that. You're not answering the phone.
Nah, it's not even activity, fam. It's when you're shot to bits.
Yeah.
It's like the nice car, it's shiny on the outside, but the minute that thing hits 45 miles per hour on the motorway, it starts to then you're like, yo.
Bro, you know it's that car that you have to listen to the radio mad loud because you don't want to hear what's going on in this car. You don't want to. You got a master car sounds.
Cover that sound
with real music, fam, real bass, fam, and that's what it is. That's what it is, and it's like I get it because it's hard with fighters. You know, you don't want someone talking crazy on your name, but I still hear like the real ones, the ones that we can respect. The Bernard Hopkins, and Bernard, yes, he went on for too long, but enough disrespect can get a fighter out of his position because you're a fighter at the end of the day. And if someone's calling you out like that, for me, I don't know if it's just an old school thing of don't call my name. You know you can't call my name because I'll mash you up. Do you know what I mean? A little part of me likes that from a fighter that says, no, you don't deserve to call my name. You're not even on a level, and I don't think Khan can get.
So let's deep dive though, yeah?
Yeah.
So let's deep dive on the fact that Khan is suddenly in conversation with Conor Benn.
Yeah.
For me, this starts with Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Khan has been calling out Kell Brook recently.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn hasn't really had much vim to make that fight happen.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this goes back to the Crawford fight with Kell Brook. Yeah, when Kell Brook had meetings with for other promoters, Eddie Hearn said, "You know what? Do your thing then, bro. You think you can do your thing on your own? Go on then." Kell Brook was fighting Crawford, and no UK networks had picked up the fight.
I remember that.
So that's basically Hearn saying, "Do your thing then, bro. I had your back bare times."
I hear what you're saying.
So now,
it's not as simple as that. It's not as
so
simple.
Now the Conor fight is there. He's thinking, I ain't making this guy a pound. So fight Conor Benn. He's my guy on the way up.
No, because let's have it right, yeah. Eddie Hearn was back involved with when was it? So it's 2000 and that's it. So Khan was around, I think it was like 2019 before he fought Dib, yeah. And I think I think in even the Sergi fight, yeah. I think Eddie Hearn was still with was he with him after the Gennady Golovkin fight?
Yeah, he's still with him. He did that fight for him as a favor.
There you go. So they had the Gennady Golovkin fight. He's still in the mix, yeah. And then Khan gets signed. Now the whole point of Khan signing is to make this fight. The Khan versus, and he knew it wasn't happening. And this is when, because I can go back on the IFL thing, and Khan was not trying to get in the mix. He didn't want to do it.
He wasn't.
There you go. So what happened is, as time went on, Thingy got upset, and then he started saying some stuff about Eddie. Yeah. Sugar, I'm messing up his name. Kell Brook got upset.
Kell Brook.
And he started saying it was a little bit flagrant, especially because of their relationship.
It was spicy.
It was spicy. And then I think then he just said, no, this is bullshit. Like, he's out here securing dib fights, and he knows that my dream has been to fight this guy. Like, let's get it cracking. So that's it.
But
so
he went about it the wrong way, in my opinion, because when the boxing world is small, innit? You're not gonna be able to move, and Eddie Hearn don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you're going out and you're having meetings, and you're not saying anything. That's gonna turn things from slow to zero, to the point where Hearn is like, "Come on, like, yeah, you've done a Golovkin fight for me.
Yeah,
cool, but that doesn't like license you for the like. It's not gonna license him for the rest of his career when Hearn has other people that he cares about more." He's got AJ, he's got DILLIAN White, he's got other names, bro.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but I think that Khan, and this is why Khan is his chief, is because I think he's on this rewriting history thing. Khan is not trying to Khan is not fighting again. Let's get that right. Khan is on the BBC, like wearing name brand clothes and doing slow motion BTs, fam. That guy has no intentions of fighting. He's enjoying his life. If he can go out and make a nice change, he'll make it. And he'll
fight Kell Brook now, trust me. But that's because Kell Brook looked bad in his last fight. That's
exactly it. There you go. So then, in the way it looks like now, as time goes on, it's gonna be people are gonna forget that Kell's been calling them out for years, and they're gonna now say, "Well, Khan has been offering you out, and Khan's resume just looks so beautiful compared to Kell's. Khan's resume is wicked." Like, not compared to Kell.
I disagree that I don't think he's going to be able to rewrite history and turn it like, oh, Brook ducked me, when everybody knows he ducked Kell Brook. He did anything he could to avoid Kell Brook. That's just how I see it.
But the new history, listen, things can change. Narratives are formed very, very easily, very quickly, and you can start to look at it and say, well, Kell never
the only problem in this is that Amir Khan has had a better career than Kell Brook.
This is it. And
that's not up for debate. He's just done more with his time.
100%. And Kell, what Kell was hoping to do, so, you know, sometimes if you catch a big fish, your career will make sense. So he can say the reason why he's on to Khan before he took those couple of losses, he'll say to himself, well, I would have beaten him. I would have beat him had he given me the shot. So my career, I was stalled because of this man avoiding me.
That's right.
He can say that. He can just say that, even though that is not true. Even though that's not true, but I can do that because they look at this fish. I had it. I caught it.
No, it's not even that it's not true. It is true because the fact is, Kell Brook put a lot on the line to get that fight, and I mean, he waited too long. He did everything. He showed up to Khan's fights. He did too much. Yeah. He was so invested in Khan, almost like it reminds me of when we sat with a Coley, and he said to us, like, I don't have any name that I'm after. Like, I want to get to world titles. Whereas you name these guys, they just want to fight me. I'm their thing.
Yeah.
And it's like Kell Brook made Khan his world title.
That's it. It's so.
And it's like you did too much.
You did too much, man. And it's mad because he's got the bad boys on his record. He's got the bad boys, and he put up a fight. Errol Spence Jr. Good. It was a wicked fight, but Errol came over here and showed us why he's special. Do you know what I mean? He showed us why he's different. Gennady Golovkin. Let's not mess around. Like Gennady, even when he deep it, if you want to get into madness and get into speculation, let's have it right. Gennady, the first one, beat Canelo. If we're being honest.
That's how I see that one. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he did. Do you know what I mean? And in the second one, it's nuts. I don't know if the meat is a real factor. And then Terence Crawford, you don't need to see Terence in any life of. You don't need that.
But thinking about the Golovkin fight is that, even though the eye got injured, he still looked good in that fight. Yeah. He still had some moments in that fight where I thought, right, he might hurt him because he got his attention a couple times. But it's just too small. He shouldn't have been in there with him. That he bailed out EUBANK Jr. Yep. And the circle of life is nuts because now EUBANK Jr. is calling out Kell Brook in one of his interviews. Like, I'll fight one of these guys as a warm-up. I was like...
But you look at that though. So you have to understand, because a lot of people are on Conor Benn for calling out Kell Brook, but you got to say this is part of the game. I'm calling out one of the gatekeepers or one of the main men, because it's like you're a big name. You're still a big name, and let's see what you can do. Yes, if you're all the way out or you're all the way finished, but let's see. You know what I mean? You have to call them out because the names now, like Ebanie Sims, a good win. If you beat Ebanie Sims, it's a good win. is it enough to say that you're ready for the man them? No, it's not. It's not. Do you know what I mean? You need to take a win that says, hey, you're here now. Do you know what I mean? You need one of those wins. AJ, like, yes, AJ's always been on a madness, but that fight against Klitschko was so like announcing. It announced him, said, oh, this is real. This is real. Like, forget about what we thought about before. Yeah. And it was, what a fight. Electric. Do you know what I mean? So certain times you need a moment in boxing. And as we said with Dillian, his moments never come in terms of the person. Happy birthday to Dillian, by the way. It's his birthday while we're recording.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do hear what you're saying. People are looking for those moments, but I just don't think I don't think you can fault Khan for not allowing him to be Conor Benn's moment. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like with the career he's done too much for anyone to be like now calling him a chicken. Like that's crazy.
No, he's not. I'm not saying that he's a scared fighter. I'm saying he doesn't want this work. I'm not saying that he's fearful, because you couldn't say that about his career. So when I was trying to express myself today, I wasn't saying he's always like he's afraid to mix it. I'm just saying right now with this kind of guy, you're not answering that phone call. Because I've seen you go in I've seen you go in there with man that he shouldn't be. I've seen you really get big. You know what I mean? Take on some mad fights. I've seen you do that, but I'm saying that when it comes down to this, like, what he would have watched that fight and said, raw. Okay, it's different. Do you remember Theophane was calling out Conor Benn the other day? It's not the same.
Yeah, they were gonna fight. They were gonna fight not too long ago.
I don't. And no disrespect, because Theophane is a big friend of the pod. Like he's with us, but Theophane would have saw that and he's saying, yeah, nah. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like in Theophane you can never say that he's scared. It's just like, why am I gonna take that work? It's long. It's long. What do you call it? Low risk, low reward. That's right. Yeah. No, it's high risk, low reward. That's it. High risk, low reward. And that's what it comes down to for a lot of man.
But you know what it is? I just think there's a lot of people that don't necessarily want to see legends in the sports get battered on their way out. Like, I don't think there's a lot of people that would have looked at the James DeGale and EUBANK fight and thought, well, flipping hell, that's James DeGale, man. Like, losing to EUBANK Jr., who's still kind of yet to really prove himself in his career. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't think it's a rite of passage for guys to leave the sport that way. Like, if you fight your age mate, like if you fight Kell Brook and lose, what can you say? That's your rival. That's always been that needle between you two along the years. Yeah. Let that happen. But if you get in there with the new fresh talent, I'm like, I don't need to see you do that.
Yeah.
That's really my thing.
I understand where Kell is like now with the Khan. I'm not taking it. Like you say, Khan's shot to pieces. Kell is broken. Yeah. Literally, Kell is broken. His body's not the same. Like there's times where I believe Khan can lose the weight and still give a decent showing of himself. And it's not like not to the first bad. 5. Yeah, he could do something. But Kell, what he's been through, what he's put his body through, nah.
In the eye, it's a lot, man.
You know what I mean? But respect to them. Actually, someone that deserves a lot of respect, because all these people we're talking about are warriors. Ebanie
Bridges. Bridges. What a showing. What a fight.
That fight there was...
I'll be honest, I didn't expect that performance. You know why? Because anytime I try to look her up, like her boxing experience or anything like that, it's hard to find her fights. They're not even really online like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, she's going to come in here and just lose, bro. It's going to be a madness.
And you got to say the press behind the scenes, even her coming into the weigh-in in lingerie and stuff, and then even the looks are deceiving. That's a real thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's this saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Yes. This is another one of those. This is prime example of that, because you look at her and you think, oh, you're a brand ambassador. You look at her, you think, oh, yeah, influencer. You're giving me 100% influencer vibes, and you just happen to be in boxing. Nope.
And then you got SHANNON Courtney, who's kind of coming there very kind of serious, like, what are you doing all that for? Like, it's got that energy. You think, oh, this is a real fighter versus someone who don't know what they're doing. And she comes in here locked and loaded, ready to go to work for 12 rounds. I could not believe the quality of performance.
Cheeseman energy, fam.
Cheeseman energy, straight in, taking shots, giving.
Yeah.
I think she won the fight.
Yeah. Wait, say what?
I thought she won the fight.
Really?
Ebanie Bridges. I thought she did enough to win the fight. The way she was backing up Courtney throughout the fight, constant pressure, taking whatever she had to give, giving it back. I was like, I know Shannon did a lot of the clean work, but I didn't see enough clean work to make me think that it over. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't have been angry if they said split decision. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
or like I wouldn't have been if they said draw. I'm saying, hey, you know what? That's not because I couldn't score it. So I was like, I don't know what they're looking for because when they said she had the clean work, I was like, but none of the rounds were clean.
I just didn't see too much clean work. I saw, I mean, she had some good smooth moments and some big shots landed. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I just saw the overwhelming pressure and work rate coming from Bridges. Yeah. And I was just maybe that's what deceived me and made me think more was happening. Yeah. Just because she kept coming forward, but. For me, I felt like Bridges won that fight.
Landing. Bridges was coming forward and landing. But what I found strange is she won a lot of fans that night. But a lot of people weren't backing Courtney the same way I would expect it.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, I don't know, man.
What was that? Is it just someone the fans just decided we're gonna be behind Ebanie?
I really can't tell you. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I don't necessarily have them on my radar like that. Do you know what I mean? But like, I took notice of the fight because of the conversations they were having with each other about the whole lingerie thing and how she's coming across and how you're coming across and And Ebanie was kind of coming back like, look, you lot are just trying to judge me. Like, you're just judging me because that's what I want to. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to come across. That's what I want to wear. So if that's what makes me a less of a fighter to you, then you're gonna see. Do you know what I mean? And it's interesting because it got into her head. Do you know what I'm saying? It got into her head because now the conversation points are all off. Yeah. And then you got Ebanie who's completely embracing the fact that you got to remember like what it is to be a woman in a male dominated environment, let alone a sporting world. Do you know what I mean? You see like women in the corporate world, sometimes they take on a very harsh presence to make sure that they don't get disrespected. So in the sporting world, you're a fighter, you're going to level up that even more. Yeah. Ebanie comes in, breaks the status quo, and she's just like, nah, this is what I want to do, lingerie. Yeah. At the weigh-in, I don't care. I still get it cracking. But people ain't taking her seriously because she hasn't thrown away that feminine energy to be in this man's world, you know, in quotes. So here she comes, full on lady. Yeah. Don't care. I'll do what I want to do. This is the lingerie. If you want the granddad underwear, there you go. She tried to give it to her at the weigh-in. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was a great mental strategy here. Then she gets in there and she's like, right, that's right. Outside the ring, lady, but in here, Joe Frazier. I want to come here and mix with you.
Yeah. She was,
and I'm not saying she's female Joe Frazier. No, I'm the level and the type of fight she wanted to have.
Yeah. No clinching.
Hat off.
No clinching, fam. Like, and you know, that's it. So big up to her. Again, let's just answer the question on, we both said it. You said if Conor fights Ben, if Conor fights Khan, what are you saying? Just a clear who wins.
Yeah, I think Conor Ben beats him.
I think that same as well. Let's move on. So on the live, I was talking about Tyson Fury versus AJ, and I was like, guys, it's not gonna happen. They're messing around with us. I've actually said that I'll eat a Scotch bonnet if they don't announce this fight.
You did say that, and you are so gonna do this, bro. You are so gonna eat that Scotch bonnet.
If it goes the way I'm imagining it to go, I'd have to eat that the next time we go live because they're saying Tuesday's the deadline. He said tomorrow's the deadline.
Next Monday.
Next Monday, I should have a Scotch bonnet. That's crazy. I've never been so upset for a fight to be announced. I've never been so upset, bro.
And the maddest thing is, I don't even know if it's like good for you like that to be eating a Scotch bonnet.
Useless. So absolutely useless.
You might have to remix it from a Scotch bonnet to like mad hot chicken wings or something because that's, I don't know, bro. Because if you're eating it and I'm watching on cam laughing and that, and then you start vomiting and convulsing, I'll be like, shit. Damn. We went too far. You know when your little brother gets mashed up. You're like, whoa. You okay? Don't tell.
You know that one. Hey, don't tell.
You'd be like, hey, I let you play a PlayStation. Are you want to play a PlayStation?
Yeah, you're the Red Ranger. Red Rangers don't cry. I used to get that one off all the time, bro.
I used to say to my brother, come on, man. We mans. Remember, we mans.
And on that one,
it's the most toxic nonsense, bro.
My brother's going to be watching this now like, right, that's what you was doing.
Oh, my days.
We never discussed it. Yeah,
but it's
man,
real
so
though.
AJ,
chicken wings, crazy spicy chicken wings. Add more chilies on requests.
Obviously, so basically, my wife's got to start remix it because I don't eat chicken in it.
Ah, snap! So you cauliflower in that. You laugh though. I tell you what, you're the vegan here, yeah. I've had cauliflower wings.
Wait, I'm not a vegan, by the way.
Whatever it is you are, bro. Cool. But I've had these cauliflower wings, yeah, and I don't know how it was like this. It tasted like chicken. The texture.
They're banging.
So you can do that.
I'll get some super hot cooked, super cooked hot. Yeah, I'll do it. Bang them. I'll get the missus to set it up. So you already know. We'll put all of it. I'll show her what's getting in. Yeah. And then they're getting eaten on the next one. Cool. Agreed.
Tremendous. But it's looking interesting though, because Tyson Fury's energy is proper change. In the interview, he's like, I think it will 100% happen. Yeah. I think we're going to know within the next couple of days where and when. I'm confident this fight's going to get made in the next few days. I'm like, bro, boy, your energy is on a complete U-turn. You sounded bare negative before.
What you see with Tyson is, again, we had to call it. He's trying to play mind games. It's really difficult because you said it yourself. AJ's not really biting on this early mind game stuff. AJ's created, and it's like you have to almost. I might need to give AJ some credit on the basis of he's 100%. He's created this persona before for this. It's like it wasn't
this moment. Yes, that's right.
It was like it wasn't really about Ruiz. Or Pulev. It was. I know what's gonna happen. I need to take away. This guy can talk to me, and I'm. This is my weakness. So now, in masking the weakness and saying, "Hey, guys, the time for talking's over. I'm all about action."
And guess what else is going to be working towards AJ's side in all of this like mind game stuff? The fact that Klitschko and him have that relationship. Okay. Yeah. And Klitschko knows he got into my head. So he's got that experience of Fury where he's saying, you know what? He took me off my game in this fight.
Yeah.
So my advice to you, don't play it at all with him. Don't play any of these games. So what does AJ come out with? Let's talk more action. Yeah. He's literally not made any statements.
No statements. But this is where it gets nuts.
A few bits here and there, but it's always about the fight.
This is where it gets nuts. This is where it gets exciting and like it changes. It changes pace. When they finally have a sit down, like a press conference, all bets are off. Because yes, I can say there's no talking. Yes, I can say that. That's all good and well and saying. But once we're sitting across the table from each other, and
you know when Eddie's in the middle, in the middle, and then Fury goes, "Come on, AJ, you dosser," da 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 da, and he sits there, and then Eddie looks at AJ. We'll see what happens then.
And that's the moment. That's the moment there. Because Eddie's good at that as well. Because he does do that thing where it's like, oh, and he'll move back. Because Fury cusses Eddie Hearn for fun. That's his go-to. He enjoys it. Do you know what I mean? That's
but like the problem is that it's gonna be Eddie Hearn and AJ that he's got to deal with, and Eddie Hearn's mouth can go. So I think obviously Eddie Hearn's gonna be in on it. So it's not like he's gonna be like, "Oh, he's talking about your mom." Nah, he's gonna be on some. Well, look, Fury, we tried to make this fight. Do you know what I mean? What's happened all those years? Like he's gonna be in it as well.
Don't get twisted. As soon as you hear that, you know who's talking. Peter Fury, fam. He ain't gonna waste any time, bro.
John Fury.
John, yeah. John, sorry. You're gonna hear from John.
But you gotta remember, he's not always there. He's not there at the press.
Oh no, this one he ain't gonna. You're not gonna. You're bringing all the heavy guns. We know what time it is. Again, Fury was wearing a Nigeria gum shield. Yeah. These men have been foreseeing this fight for the longest time.
For a long time. Yeah, very true.
They've been trying to get an edge on each other at loads of different moments. There's no way when we finally have the first war of words, John, he's there.
If I'm in AJ's ear, going into this situation as a chess match.
Yeah.
Because it's this always all a game of chess.
Yeah.
I say stay silent right up until that final weigh-in.
Yeah.
The weigh-in when they get face to face for real, turn it up to 10. But for the whole lead up for it too, bro. Like literally give him polite AJ that we used to joke about.
It's too hard.
Give him that one. No. Because I'm telling you, someone like Fury needs the sword. He needs the sword coming back.
No, but
when you don't give it to him, he can't go.
Yeah, but where it's different now, this is what we got to take into consideration now. AJ is Fury is signed to he's signed to ESPN, right?
Yeah.
AJ signed to Sky. Is signed to Sky. So without fail, they have to do a gloves are off. They have to. They have to.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
But they have to fly out to America and do the sit down there. They have to.
You gotta remember we're in the COVID world, so it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna work like that.
Now they're gonna say
it depends where the fight is.
No, but still, they still want to get that money. They're not gonna leave that money on the table. They're gonna have to try like getting a Stephen A. Smith or Kellerman to sit down and really talk about this, because Fury has the American love anyway. He still has an American fan base.
I hear that, but I don't think that's necessary for AJ in this fight.
But Bob Arum has to be on job, and he's gonna make sure that they have to be represented and do something on that network. So they're gonna have to have at least 2 war of words, 2 sit-downs.
The problem is, this is an AJ and Eddie Hearn show.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not, Fury doesn't have the main stake in this thing. And when I say main stake, I don't mean like he's not, level pegging whatever wise, but AJ is the A side in this fight.
Yeah, no, he's there.
So what I'm saying is, I don't see this necessarily getting dragged around the world to places AJ might not want to go. I don't think he wants to go to America to deal with Fury in that way.
I don't think I think. Remember, this is the most complex deal and probably why it's taken so long to do. There's real, they are both signed heavy. Like they have signed serious contracts. So you need to meet the what's in the contract. And I know it's so technical that yes, AJ you'd call him the A side. Yeah. But then it's like, we're not talking about any fight. We're talking about the guy that calls himself, that goes as the lineal champion. The guy
I hate that, but 3 belts always does better numbers. He always does better numbers than Tyson Fury. The pay-per-view numbers, they're not close either. It's not even like it's close. So that's why it's like he's automatically
that green strap is not a joke.
I hate you, but you gotta remember, all of these negotiations came down to Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
It didn't come down to Bob Arum and these guys.
Wait, no, because the only one that's holding up the deal is Fury's end, because they're trying to get the P's.
Eddie Hearn had to be the one to set it up because it's an Eddie Hearn show. That's what I'm saying. Bob Arum and them guys, they're not going to be trusted to lead on this. That's why everybody had to wait for Eddie Hearn to send the offers out. But nobody was making statements other than Eddie Hearn because he's the one doing it. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to this, the run out, how this is going to go, it's going to be an AJ-led thing. So America, I don't feel like that's priority, especially in the COVID world.
It has to happen. I don't know if they get off. If he's my fighter, if I'm owning the network, ESPN, and the deal that he signed to, 5-fight deal, and he signed is hefty, you better be here. There's no way.
And the maddest thing is about this deal, and when we talk about who's level pegging, Bob Arum's already said that he's lost money on Fury.
What, in terms of
how much he's given out for this deal and all the stuff that's there? He's lost money.
He was always going to lose money for this deal. It was the deal was crazy. The deal was crazy, but that's what I'm saying. He thought
he had his own AJ.
Yeah,
and he's like, crazy. Nah, the numbers don't come for Tyson.
It was crazy. Again, like Tyson, AJ's the bigger star in it. He's the bigger name. But again, with what Tyson managed to do in America, he won himself a lot of fans. I even saw on the night when he beat Wilder, a lot of NFL players were like, whenever Tyson Fury's fighting again, I'm there. Like what he's done to our guy, this guy's the truth. And that was the consensus from like all the blue tick community. I'm talking.
No, that's fine. I'm not dismissing that he has love, Fury. Yeah. I'm just basically saying that I think he's the biggest star just for those reasons.
I think,
you know what I'm saying, but like I just don't see how America is tied into this fight, especially if the fight is likely going to be in the Middle East.
I think they have to sell it. If you're clever and smart about it, Obviously Conor, McGregor and Mayweather went too far with selling their fight, but sell it. Do you know what I mean? Go
But you got
go around.
You got to listen to the things that they've said though. AJ said straight, this fight sells itself, and he's right. Which means I'm not running up and down with you. Let's talk. So that let's talk and the fight sells itself. When you couple all of that energy together, that says fight date. I'll see you then. That's it. They don't need to run up and down.
You know what? It depends on who, because obviously Fury said who's been involved. He said obviously Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia. If it's one of them man, and them man just say, hey, listen, put the fight on, we'll pay for it, and we'll pay both your channels. Fees. We'll pay both the channels their money that they need for this, and we take everything else. Then I can understand that way. Say, you know what, it is going to be what it is, and they're not really going to really plug it because the work has been done already. We've attached ourselves to a machine. The machine's gone crazy. If it's not that situation, if it is, but my thing is, even if it is that, the numbers are going to be incredible because it's the biggest fight of this era. Yeah, that's what is going to sell this fight more so than them. Any antics that they can do at a press conference. Like, this fight is going to sell like hotcakes because, bro, a heavyweight, the best way it would have sold is if it was in the UK, Wembley. Yeah. Because it's an all British heavyweight battle for undisputed. Yeah. Unreal. I'll take it in Vegas, though. Even that fight in Vegas.
I don't want it in Vegas because I just don't think Americans are going to love it the way we're going to love it. No. And the way they speak about AJ, it always irritates me because I'm like, bro, you had the one bad fight in his career, and it's like, AJ ain't this, AJ ain't that. And it's like, if boxing don't happen in America, some of these guys won't acknowledge that it even exists. Like Stephen A. Smith, when he was talking about AJ, I was like, bro, shut the hell up, man. Just talk basketball and leave it there.
And that's the problem, though. And that's why I'm like, you have to get America involved because it's a big market, bro. There's people that go out to try and crack America. So saying, hey, guys, we don't care about your eyes on this. It just feels like bad business. No,
it's not. It's not saying hey, we don't care about your eyes on this. But what I'm saying is this is the first British undisputed heavyweight fight in history. The focus is not going. This isn't going to be a fight that gets the Americans crazy excited. Yeah. Especially Wilder's not in the mix. So going out that way for this doesn't seem like it's necessary. Do you see what I'm saying? That's just my stance. I'm like, nah, I mean, the boxing world is going to gravitate to this fight. Yeah. But to rush to go and sit down with Stephen A. Smith and do all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I don't really see that for a British fight. I don't see it. Unless the fight is in America somewhere.
Yeah. And there's dark horses. And sometimes on the speculation thing, you think America has to be in the mix. And I would love to think the UK's in the mix, but they just ain't got I don't see them with the money. There's no one in the UK that can get that thing done.
And I saw Sadiq Khan said, oh yeah, Eddie Hearn, if he wants to do a fight in London, reach out to me, we can have a conversation. Fam, the mayor of London wants to talk to Eddie Hearn about keeping a fight in the UK. They want the peas.
Re-elected, fam. That's a re-election thing.
He wants the peas, fam. He wants the money that's going to bring in.
Can you imagine putting that in your manifesto, though?
Bro, we're going to be hitting the big fight with AJ and Tyson Fury. That's one of the key parts of my manifesto. That'll be outrageous, bro.
And the congestion charge for that day? Supercharged.
£75. Anyway, bro. Hey, check this out, though, yeah? So Dillian White's been talking crazy. Like, he's been getting the bars off, bro. Said Tyson Fury, he ain't number one. This guy's been ducking me. His record is just cherry-picked nonsense. He's been going mad. But he said something else that really caught my intrigue. He said he's open to a UFC fight. He said he's open to switching to MMA in order to challenge Francis Ngannou, fam, for the UFC heavyweight title. He said, I'd be the first boxer ever to do that. Going and winning the UFC championship. Definitely up for that. What?
This is where all right.
Now I know he's got that MMA background.
How does that sound? Wait, for you now, how does that sound?
What about Dillian White?
Yeah, just getting to fighting MMA. I just want to know how does it sound? Just Dillian White MMA against Francis Ngannou.
It sounds ridiculous.
Okay, good, because I thought I was the only one Like,
no, it sounds outrageous. It sounds like what? Just focus on Deontay Wilder. Just find a way to get that fight made.
thank you. This is and I don't know if he just wants to be in the papers, in the stories, you know, just to get his name like percolating, because you don't want to do that. And again, a lot.
Well, remember, he used to be a kickboxer.
I know.
Before.
He has MMA experience. You see,
It don't matter. They don't matter.
You see, like when Cassidy comes and does battle rap, you're not meant to be here. Like, yes, you mashed up Freeway back in the day, and he told Freeway, like, "Can we get a beat on?" We're not. This ain't that.
Put on the beat.
Yeah,
Listen,
we're not getting that. This is different.
Even Joe Budden tried to get into a battle rap thing with Hitman Holler.
We saw it, and it wasn't. It's again
not Hitman Holler. Who is that? Someone else. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, but
it was techie.
It happened. Yeah, and then Joe walked off. You know what I mean? So when you break it down, yeah, there's savages in that thing, and Ngannou is one of those guys. Yeah, Dylan. Don't even think about that. I know it's a great thought. No one's done it, bro. Just win the title here. Like, if you can. Keep it here. Ruiz is waiting. Ruiz wants it. Wilder wants it. What's so strange is
Wilder's so silent though.
No, but Dylan hasn't, and I get it because he hasn't shown the same vim. Obviously, Lamar, Dylan's brother, yeah, was on some. I want him to fight Dean. Sorry, my bad. Dean wants him to fight Wilder. He said it on IFL, like he was in there saying it, but I haven't heard it the same way I heard when.
Nah, Dillian said it still. He said I want to beat up that fraud.
Let's go. Like, you know, as you said when he said Conor, when he said Porter's name, it was muted. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, the volume weren't the same.
And the volume hasn't been the same from White, because White can shout enough and they'll make that fight. If White
he can't. He's already tried. You got to remember, he's dealt with a lot of rejection. So at this point, he's open to anything.
No, I'm with you, but I'm saying when he was shouting before, they weren't trying to see him. Now Wilder is not a winner anymore. So Wilder wants to get back out there, and what better name to thrust yourself back into the top 3 than mashing up Dylan?
Yeah, but you got to believe you can do that. I don't necessarily believe he can. He believes he can do that.
Do
because
you think Wilder's afraid?
Wilder's in a weird place right now because he's been silent for a very long time. And I'm just gonna quickly check how old he is, right? Just to try and get an understanding of the timeline. And I'm like, this man right now is 35. So at these ages, things start to lose. You start to lose elements of your game, who you are in the ring, your reflexes, speed goes. Like, he's letting a lot of time go. So what's to say he's not gonna come out and just be a shot fighter now? It can happen overnight at these ages. Tyson Fury, with the lifestyle he's lived, could fight AJ and get sparked out. I'm not predicting that, but he could get sparked out and just be done.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Wilder's names on his record are absolutely trash, bruv.
Oh yeah, it's not good.
Jesus, bro. Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Dominic Brazil, Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Bermain Stavern, Gerald Washington, Chris Arreola, Spilka. This is horror. Melina, Bermain Stavern. These are the names, bro. This is horrid. This is horrid. And he held the big WBC, you know. Get out.
Fam, it's mad.
That's horrid. That's a career that if anyone wants to ever do the finite look and say cherry picked or his, is it.
I mean, we could do the same with Fury's career to a degree, not to the same degree, but to a different degree.
Not to the same degree, but again, it's the remember the only time that we do fight, I got you out of here. So you know what we do with Kell, where Kell's like not done what he needs to do, but if I win that one, I'm a bit alright because that's a good name. You know what I mean? That's what Fury just has. Now, if he agrees to this fight with AJ, you can look at the Fury record very differently. If he actually gets in there with AJ, we start to change the way we look at that. Especially if he wins. If he wins as well, that's when we have to really address this record. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of like obviously Dillian White and stuff like that, there's someone that's got some smoke for Dillian White still.
Who's that?
So Daniel Dubois, fam. Dubois came out and he's been talking. He said, talking about his critics after the Joe Joyce fight, they all attack me. All the big boys on TV. I don't even know why I'm speaking that fast with that much vim for Dubois, fam. Whoa. That's not how he sounded when he said that. I'm willing to bet. So I imagined they all attack me. All the big boys on TV. They knew what the situation was. They could have been a bit more empathetic. Was I hurt by it? I have a stone heart. They slagged you off, and now it's happening to me. Daniel Dubois had this to say about his comeback. Guys that weren't taking the fight before, they'll have it now. They will think the aura is broken and that I'm vulnerable. One day, I'd like to get in the ring with Dillian White and show him just how much of a quitter I am. Now, I imagine, you know when you planned a way to say it, but then when you said it out loud, it came out by you saying, I just want to show him how much of a quitter I actually am. And it's like, no, you should have thrown some more commas in there, fam, because the way this thing's written.
Listen, you see, I got to be careful with it because Dubois clearly, O'Hara has told me, like, verbatim, Dubois not my biggest fan, in it. Yeah. So I got to be careful. But Dubois, man, again, I want to be careful right now, but you make it hard for me, bro.
You just got to make it clear, that if Dubois puts a hand on you, you will absolutely sue. You will absolutely get the legal team involved, and it will be a very easy bag. So just to deter man from doing it.
No, because you know spiritually, like, you don't want to say that, innit? Like, it just goes up by will.
I ain't too proud. I will sue what? Me?
I hear you. But
put your hand on me, bruv, and watch the envelope that shows up tomorrow.
Oh, wait.
At the gym, mid-pad session. You've been served. No business.
He said mid-pad session. No, all right.
Man, unhand me, bruv. What?
Dubois has to understand this, yeah. That quitter thing's got to him. Heavy.
What the quitter thing? Oh, I knew it would.
The last sentence, that quitter thing's hurt him. It has. And again, he's been watching what Mandem has said on TV. You know, it's hard in this situation, and we're gonna know what he's made of in his next fight, 100%, because that's in there now. And you know when you talk about a fighter that's had a loss, like when Povetkin, Dillian White, you know that mental state of these lot see me like this. Now for his last line to be, see how much of a quitter I am. Yeah. Oh. And then now when it gets sticky, when it gets rough, when it gets hard, that quit thing is gonna be playing in his head. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be. I'm very excited to see Dubois' next fight. Now, before there was a moment in time when I would have said I would love to see a White versus Daniel Dubois. There's a time when I said that was an exciting fight. That was a fight that got like. I'm looking, if they want to take Dubois to the next level, because I thought Dubois was going to beat Joe Joyce. I believe that in some weird way. And I thought, okay, he's handled Joe Joyce. The next step up is really Dillian. Or like, if you're trying to get him prepared to be a champion, you kind of got to move him up at that speed. Maybe putting him with a Babich just to see Wagwan, Hergovich, and then say, hey, Dillian, we're here now. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't worked like that. And now he's trying to get his name back into the mix. It's a great thing calling out Dillian because it puts you to the front of the queue. But big man, you need to go back and handle your Joe Joyce work, fam. Yeah,
I don't think that was a smart move calling out Dillian after this. Like, I hear you got a personal needle because of things that have been said. But nah, you got to do something else before that. Do you know what I mean? I don't even necessarily think she needs to get back to Joe Joyce. I think just go a different route, revamp yourself. And work on some things, bro, because there's clearly issues that need to be resolved. So just start there, keep your head down, and don't worry about the noise right now.
All roads lead back to them, man, because them man are the next, that's the next gate. That's the next gate, because even you think to yourself, well, is it Chisora then? Do you know what I mean? Because where do you go? It's that.
But the problem is not that the roads lead a certain way. It's the fact, it's because obviously they're all trying to get to the same place. But the route you take, you tried the Joy Joyce route, that exposed some issues. You don't want to go back there in the next 2 or 3 fights. So it's a whole nother route now because Joy Joyce wants to move forward. He ain't going to come back for the rematch.
No.
You see what I'm saying? So he's got to get some stuff right. Talking about Dillian Whyte right now is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, the person who made sense to talk about Dillian Whyte is a Coley. He's got a whole world title at a lower weight, but they got that backstory. That's a perfect person to call out Dillian Whyte.
Yeah.
Dubois needs to focus on himself at this point and not worry about trying to get the hot take in the press. The timing is off.
Yeah, but again, Dubois' media team are like total garbage, fam. There's no one there really. I think it's
one.
I think it's just like one brethren that he knows from back in the day that said, "Yo, I'll promote you, cuz," because that's what it feels like. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I got Microsoft Word. What do you want me to say? Do you know what I mean? Like, them men are not even using Photoshop, fam.
Man said, "I'll edit your videos on PowerPoint, fam. We can get it cracking, bro. Let's get a video of you on the cycle wearing some short shorts, brother. We'll talk the real things."
Bro, very disgusting transitions. You know when you do PowerPoint and you do the swipe?
Is this one?
You know he's using that.
Disgusting. Disgusting, fam. Looking like Steve Bunt's edited it, bruv. Alright, so let's take a look at this here. Billy Joe Saunders has responded to EUBANK. EUBANK said he's gonna bet 10K on Canelo beating and knocking him out.
Yeah.
Billy Joe responded and said he should have put 10K on himself beating me if he was that confident. He didn't. I beat him. Spend your 10K on a ringside seat. That's the closest he's going to get to a Canelo fight.
Oh.
I said, what?
That's a W. That's a strong W.
That's a sharp comeback.
That's a strong W. That's probably one of the greatest W's of the night, bro. He's up on my scorecard because again
10-9 round.
10-9 round. And the killer is, I think EUBANK just stays getting these strays because Conor said
let off a stray still.
Conor said, listen, there's these people walking around as sons of legends. And you know,
they ain't improving. They're not improving as fast as I am. And cracking it in the gym, doing numbers.
That's it. So he's not talking, when he talks about Conor, he's not talking about Hatton's son because he's too young. He's fresh. Do you know what I mean? He's not talking about Evan Holyfield. That's
a proper straight on EUBANK, isn't it?
It's EUBANK. Who else are we talking about? What boxing legends are we talking about?
You got to realize how deep it is.
Yeah. But what do you call it?
There's which other legend's son are out there improving as much as I am?
Pacquiao's son is not really in the mix yet. He ain't. I'm telling you. He's
Pacquiao's son, is he son a fighter?
No, but I've seen him do a little pad work. But I'm saying he's not even involved. I'm saying as in, when we talk about legends, who are we talking about? It's focused. He should have just said EUBANK.
Man, if only that fight could eventually be made, bruv. 160 to 147. Maybe they meet at 154. Nah, that couldn't happen. But oh man, would I love it. Benn EUBANK.
Wait. Listen.
Next gen.
Don't say it can't happen. Don't say it can't happen. If Eddie Hearn is, because I'm gonna quickly bring up what Jake Paul said. If he
calls out EUBANK Jr.,
yeah. Don't say it can't happen. All I'm saying is, let's go in with this, yeah? Jake Paul said something. There's an article that Jake Paul got off recently, and he's talking about boxing needs to change. Like, the model is still set in its ways. Now, Jake Paul chats a lot of rubbish at times. In this moment, he's correct. You know, what are we going to do? How can boxing be more innovative? Do you know what I mean? And when things like that, I know it's not nice. It's not nice for the
traditionalists don't like to hear that.
Traditionalists don't want to hear catch weight, us two getting it on. But listen, it sells. You're talking about the dads have to fly in.
Well, to be fair, catch weights have never been something that's alien to boxing.
Yes.
If we're talking about innovation to a crazy degree, then it's going to be crazier than that. But as far as like catch weights, that would be something to behold. I think whenever the catch weight is that far of a jump for two guys, though, the only way it works for me is if something like Conor Benn goes up to 154 naturally throughout his career. Then after that, it's like 154. We meet at 157 or 158. So that way, it's not too much of a stretch for you at 160 to come down.
Yeah.
But I'm up there because it's it's not too much of a difference for me.
Yeah.
But if it's like £7, like it's a big jump. But flip me, I don't know if that fight makes sense. If I'm honest, I think Conor Benn is too small.
That? Okay.
I think Conor Benn is too small. Like height. Let me just check. I'm gonna get his height up right now and see what the deal is. Because flip me, bro. Just the idea of him and 1.73 meters. What is that in feet? That's what, 5. Let me see that. So he's what, 5'6", 5'7" Let me see what Chris Eubank Jr. is saying. He's 5'11". So it's not too bad. What, 7 centimeters? He's got 7 centimeters on him in height.
Bro, you don't want to be looking like that last person that, what's the name? Marshall fought, fam.
Oh,
When she fought my girl.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. You don't want that height difference. That was crazy. That made me sick.
Yeah, 7 centimeters height difference is a lot. And to be smaller, he's going to have to come in there with the heart of Sean Porter to get that one. But I don't see that fight being made, bro.
The heart of Sean Porter.
Oh, come on, bro. You know the vibes. You already know the vibes, fam. You got to be on his chest, bro. Shoving him, grabbing face, doing the most.
Oh, man. That's such a shame, though. It's such a shame, but it won't work. It'll look like... And that's the first time I watched boxing. And I was like, I hate this. And after such a great fight as well, I looked at Savannah Marshall and I said, oh, man, like, why is she fighting this woman? Why? Like... Even the lady's wincing every hit that she's taking. Do you know what I mean? And
you know what it was? It's like, when the fight pulls, the person pulls out the fight, and it's like, well, it's either you don't fight or you fight this person. Like, do you know what I mean? So I understand why she took the fight. You can tell she kind of she carried her, like she looked after her in there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Up until like the first round was just like light. Second round started to turn up a little bit. Then after that, it's like, all right, you gotta go.
Yeah, it was.
That's the most you could be looked after in a boxing match.
And the best thing was just at the end, because she knew she couldn't really talk about it, so she went straight into the talk about ClaressaShields. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have we got a response from ClaressaShields?
Yeah. Straight. She did a video on her YouTube channel.
Okay.
And she went through Savannah's record, and it's mad because obviously Savannah beat her in the amateurs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But her kind of rebuttal to that is like, look, my pro career is better than yours. Like, I've had these fights. I fought I fought fighters who have been like, yo, this person's going to beat me. I've won each time. You've not had those type of fights. Like, you look at your record, and she went through the record, and it's like quite a few losing records on there. But there's one common opponent that they've got, I think is Hannah Rankin. Now, I think, let me just get that. I'll get this up so I don't make any mistakes here. Claressa, for flip's sake. Now I think Claressa took her points, right? There we go. Yeah. So she won unanimous decision. Cool. Now when Savannah Marshall fought her, TKO, knocked her out. Now, that's the only common opponent that they got, and that's the only thing that says anything otherwise. So it's going to be an interesting. I just want to see that fight. I think that's the biggest fight in women's boxing.
How close are we, do you reckon?
I don't know. Claressa is asking for a good payday on this. And to be fair, people are saying that she's, why don't she just take whatever? She actually deserves the payday, bro. She's a unified at bare weights.
She should.
So she fully deserves it.
Give her all the money that she's asking for. And again, they said that there needs to be a time when the respect on women's boxing is there. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, they can't keep being underpaid. Do you know what I mean? They can't have to keep working part-time jobs while fighting. That's rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Like, let them be able to live it out, like, and enjoy. You know what I mean? So if ClaressaShields says that, I want to get paid, pay the damn woman. Because there's certain other fighters that are nowhere close to wearing a title that are walking around with a lot. a lot more.
That's real.
Nah,
That's
man.
Very real.
Nah, man. Give her what pay her what she's owed. Do you know what I mean? And I think again, it will take.
She's undisputed at 2 weights.
Undisputed at 2 weights, and then you say to yourself like, it'll continue being like this until someone pushes the boat out. Do you know what I mean? We need to see these like the female versions of the Mayweathers getting the money, fam.
And this is the like the fight to do it on.
Yes.
Where you've got it's a 50-50 in my opinion. Like it could go either way, and you got that history of someone who beat you already. Yeah. So there's nothing to say that style still just doesn't beat you again.
And you're telling me that they're not going to sell it. We almost got gassed to see ClaressaShields versus Layla Ali. Do you know what I mean? That's how the spice was. The spice was there. So
and the female, like the women's boxing game, they need this. They need fighters like Claressa to push it. Because let's be honest, like we need personalities in women's boxing. Yeah. I don't really know too much about Savannah Marshall.
Yeah.
From what we've seen and access to, it's not really out there like that. The presence, personality-wise, we've not got to know. So Claressa is a polarizing personality. 100%. So what will happen is when you mix them two together, we'll get to know Savannah Marshall by default because they're going back and forth.
Look at what happened.
You understand?
Yeah, look what happened. When you talk about AJ, you talk about the AJ effect, and how AJ's gassed up a nation of African fighters. Like literally, loads on the heels of him. You heard Okoli talking about seeing AJ at the Olympics and saying to himself, "Raw." So now let's play.
He took himself from the whole McDonald's to 4 years later being a
whole McDonald's. Yeah. So you look at that and you say to yourself, "Okay, imagine ClaressaShields, gets this thing," because I think a promoter's got to take somewhat of a loss for a future gain. You say to yourself, I'm going to invest in this girl because no one else is going to be as polarizing or speak. She calls herself the greatest woman of all time. Yeah? No one's doing that. So I put the money down. She's going to inspire a whole brand new bunch of women who are like, wait, I can get paid here? And not only that, but I get validation here and respect and all these other things. And it's like, yeah, I'm down. And then you get a lot more women go into the gym saying, sign me up, let's go. Sign me up, I can be a main event. And
the good thing about boxing is that it's almost like Dave Chappelle said, for every opinion, there's a comedian fighting that corner, right? Any opinion you got, there's in a comedy club pushing that one on stage.
Yeah.
People are going to buy into fighters on this personality basis.
100%.
So the same effect that ClaressaShields going to have, Savannah Marshall's going to have on someone as well.
Yes. Yes.
There's Chantel Cameron.
Yes.
There's Tasha Jonas. They're going to be someone out there that looks at them and thinks, I see myself in you.
Ebanie, fam.
I'm going to try it. Ebanie Bridges.
There you go.
Ebanie Bridges, bro.
There you go.
There'll be a whole influencer right now who suddenly switch up the thing and be like, I'm going to scrap. And I'm still going to be an influencer.
This is it. And we need it, bro. Like boxing, you need the personalities. You need a lot of fights. You need there to be at least more than like 15 fighters active.
That's right.
You need
you already see it in men's boxing where you got the loud, crazy talking fighters and then you got the simple, just business. You know, all I care about is fighting. You have the range of personalities.
Yeah.
So everyone don't need to be the same.
Yeah.
Just got to allow that same freedom for women's boxing and it'll fly.
100%. And UFC have seen the
prime example, bro.
UFC have seen it. Like no one looks at a women's fight in UFC and says they're like, let's go. These people have names, Cyborg. These people,
Ronda Rousey. Thank you, bro. Ronda Rousey
are known. Like it's like I'm paying for this fight to watch her fight. I'm paying.
That's what I'm saying.
And
no one, they don't feel like they're getting shortchanged.
Not at all.
And that's the blueprint on what boxing needs to do. Because right now there is an attitude towards women boxing.
Yeah.
If I talk about the pod, bro. Remember that time we did a pod? We talked about ClaressaShields.
Lowest viewed.
We put her on the cover. Lowest viewed on, and that's the pod. Pod.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's like, we can see it, and it's like it's just that undercurrent bias that we've got to start to needle out the thought process behind it. Get that the hell out of here.
I'm waiting for Sedem as well to come and do her thing. We're waiting for her. Like, oh, Sugar, the Ghost is getting ready as well. I heard from him as well. Like. He's coming. I think his injury's gone. It'd be nice to get a chat with Dion Drummer, man. See how he's feeling, bro. The landscape's different now. The Okoli landscape is different. I'd love to have a chat with him and catch up, man. Yeah.
So Jake Paul's fighting this weekend. Benn Askren.
Yep.
What are you saying, bro? How do you see that fight going, man?
It's mad because it's a bit of a test for him, innit? Jake, this is a Jake test. I think it's gonna go the way. I think Jake takes it though.
I think Jake knocks him out.
I think Jake takes it.
I don't think it's gonna be close. I think the only thing that keeps this thing close is the fact that the guy probably can take some bangs and he might not wobble straight away, and he's gonna have stamina. But I watched this guy box, and brother, it's trash. Trash.
Askren can't box.
Awful. Stiff.
Wait, worse than my boy that came to NBA. Worse
Nate Robinson.
Wait, worse.
Maybe not worse, but you know, a little bit better, bro. Like it's stiff, it's bad. Like I saw a training video of him and Gabriel Rosado, and Gabriel Rosado said, "Listen, don't worry about boxing. Just it's a fight. Treat it like a fight."
That's bad advice. He's lost already.
No, that's not bad advice. That's the advice, the best advice he could get. Because when you see him throwing punches and just lugging this nonsense around, his guard shape is all bad. It's all bad. I'm looking at him now, bro.
Yeah.
And I understand he's a UFC fighter. Put me in there with a good camp. He's not gonna be effective.
But this is the thing. Jake is getting better at boxing. This is the only problem.
This is what I'm saying. Jake knows what he's doing in the ring.
Yeah, Jake is getting better at boxing. He's committed to it.
And these guys here from other crafts think that they're going to have transferable skills into boxing. Don't work like that. There's a level of fluidity that comes with boxing, and if you're not doing it, it's not going to feel natural to you. So when a man is saying to you, do this on the pads, it's robotic because you have to think about it because it's not instinct. Whereas you've got fighters who only have boxed. Everything they've done from day one has been this routine. It flows. They don't have to think about what's next. But when you're watching him, bro, I'm telling you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pure ineffective crap. He's getting knocked out.
I love it though, because Jake is good for the sport. Jake is gonna bring in I need Jake to keep on winning. Jake's gonna bring the casuals. We need casuals. You know, He's gonna bring a change in culture. That's what I think he's gonna bring.
Yeah,
we need it. We need someone with his following in the sport. Do you know what I mean? And really waving the flag because what about the younger fans? I'm talking the 15-year-olds that are like,
that's right,
guys that are gonna
the
be
ones that love Jake Paul.
There you go. We need them.
This is the thing, yeah. Why I'm not incredibly against the Jake Paul in boxing type of thing and Triller and the stuff they're doing, because you got to remember, new eyes keep this thing going. I'll be honest, are these young guys listening to tuning in and wanting to hear from Steve Bunce, fam? Do you know what I mean?
Useless.
No disrespect.
Absolutely useless.
Yeah? And this is starting to feel like a sustained attack on Bunce, yeah? And it's fully not that. I don't have disdain for Bunce. It's just Bunce, and you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is in terms of appeal, when people watch these things, there's different things that happen. People will gravitate to a sport. They like a fighter or they like the production. The traditionalist approach keeps the club small. It's looked the way it's always looked. It's looked the way it's always looked. So you'll always have the same group and they age out. Then you get to a point where it's like suddenly the ratings for the sport have gone down because you've not brought new eyes in. Yeah. People like Jake Paul are going to grab attention to boxing.
Fresh eyes.
Straight up.
And then again, we're lucky because...
And Snoop and Triller, same effect.
Yeah, we're lucky because we had that Evander Holyfield. We can remember. It's not too hard. We had, you talk about your parents' era and you think, oh, man, they had, the real specials. Then we get to say, Ali. Then you have a bit of our eras like the AJs in this time.
Floyd.
The Floyd. We've had these moments. Now those names are no longer in it. What's left after AJ in the heavyweight division?
After AJ, what keeps it alive?
What keeps it alive? There you go. So then you're asking, are the kids? I'm talking the casuals who are so important. Are they gonna care? Yeah. We need those people. We need it to be revamped. So the longer he goes on this mad run, I'm all here for it. And
you know what's crazy,
Yeah.
I think he could have, if he's looked after properly, in terms of who he fights and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying he can go crazy. Like, I'm not saying he can go all the way or anything nuts like that.
No, not like
But
that.
what I am saying is he can have a decent run.
100%.
There's a lot of bad boxers out there who he could beat.
Yeah. Wait, what weight is he? What weight is he walking around at?
I think he actually fights at cruiserweight. Light heavy or cruiser. I think it's cruiser, you know. Let me check. Or it might be light heavyweight. Cruiser.
Cruiserweight is nuts though.
Heavy guy, bro.
Cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight, 185 centimeters. He's what, 6'1"?
Hey, this record is nuts though. It's looking like Deontay Wilder's, bro. Man's
What,
got
2-0, 2 KOs?
got Allison, Ali Eason, and Nate Robinson on there.
Fam, that Ali Eason gib, bro. That fight was trash. That Don didn't know how to fight. Nate Robinson also. So, you know, I'm not gonna overhype Jake Paul, but in terms of what I've seen, in terms of what he's training videos and all that kind of stuff, he's clearly not someone who doesn't know what he's doing.
And he's 24. I thought he was older. Wow.
I'd fight him. I'd fight him.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Seriously?
Yeah, man, I'd take it. I'd take it, man. I don't rate these guys. I really believe I'd fight KSI, I'd fight Jake Paul, I'd fight Logan Paul.
Jake Paul though is like,
Jake Paul's better than those two, I think. But I still fight him. I don't think he's levels above them to the point where I'm like, oh no. I take him more seriously, but I take them more serious to the same degree. Like I won't be looking at them and think, oh no, it's light work. Nah, bro.
Lie, that's a scrap, you know.
I'd be on it, bro. However it goes, bro. I'd be on it.
That's a whole script. Like
it'd be a mad scrap.
Even as your brethren, like.
And I'm not even naturally that heavy. Like I'd have to be strict diet to keep the weight up to get there. But
yeah, that's doing too much. That's doing too much. I wouldn't want to see it.
I'd be on it.
No, that's also too much. Just allow it, bro. KSI, I hear you. This guy's out here walking.
No, they're the same weight. I'd be on it, fam. I'm telling you, I'd be on it. I wouldn't blink, fam. I'd sign this thing today if it was here.
You know what? If my boy feels that way.
That's exactly, bro. You bet £100 like Craig Richards, fam. Yeah, bro. Hey, listen, we're betting on Craig Richards.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're gonna do it in fight week of that week. We're betting £100.
£100 each. So
Craig Richards to get it done.
I've been watching. We watched a few Bivol highlights just to give us more to make sure it's £100 safe. It's brethren bias, fam. It's brethren bias. But again, as I said, I don't think Bivol's gonna come up. I don't think he's come up against someone with some of the weapons that Craig Richards has. Yes, Bivol, in terms of his finishing is wow. Do you know what I mean? But then I think Craig has got certain skills, certain things about him that I believe that it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. And I feel he'll raise his game for this thing, honestly, because this is the moment. This is Craig Richards betting against himself. This is him saying, you know what? It's now or never. I know Yard's coming. I know Boatsi's coming. I need to spoil it and take it before they even hold anything. And I love it. It's wild.
Seeing Craig Richards lift that world title at the end of the fight will be crazy. And that night of boxing is going to be so stacked, bro.
You're not ready. Yo, that night of boxing is a night and a half.
That night's got to start at 7 p.m.
Oh, we're here. We can't have no other plans.
Snacks on deck.
Snacks
vibes.
on deck. Yeah. All right, bro. Listen, we did it. We made it to the end of the show.
Ring the bell, bro.
I'll ring the bell. Till next time. Peace. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.
I liked it still.
Yeah, same.
I liked it. Very nice, very clean.